What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the BrewLab with me, Lone Fox, your Brewmaster-in-Chief. And tonight, in the BrewLab, I'm looking at a mono-white aggro deck, believe it or not. And I know you're probably thinking, oh, boring, another meta deck. But this isn't just your normal mono-white aggro. I'm testing something out here, which I have not seen done before. I'm trying to run a full playset of the Reckoner Bankbuster in my mono-white aggro deck. So without further ado, let's jump into tonight's brew. We start off at the top as usual, and I'll kind of work my way through the deck, describe what it is that I'm trying to do, why it is that I've picked the certain cards, the various play lines and interactions, and then we'll jump into some gameplay footage as usual, and I'll wrap up at the end with my final thoughts. So what is the new tech here? I mean, a lot of these cards we've seen before so many times, okay? I don't think I really need to reintroduce Luminarch Aspirant, Brutal Cathar. You know, the core of the mono-white aggro deck is still just here. The 3-drops. I've trimmed some things out. Notably, I'm not running any Archons of Emeria, which is now kind of becoming like a staple because of the predominance of, you know, all these Naya runes and Selesnya enchantments and all of that. So what I think is going to be a very good idea, and I would like you to all stick around until the end of the video, is I'm going to make a little sideboard, because I think right now mono white in best of 3 is in the best place it's been in a long time. There's a lot of versatility in the slots and what it is that you can cut in and cut out and put in and put out to face the various matchups that you'll be running into. So stick around to the end. I'm going to make a little sideboard guide for best of 3. But for now, the new tech is the Hotshot Mechanic, which is a 1-drop, 2/1 artifact creature, Fox Pilot. And it crews vehicles as though it were power 2 or greater. And the Reckoner Bankbuster, full playset, which is taking the place of Thalia, which, to be honest, if you're not running into, you know, Orzhov control or mono black or, you know, that type of matchup, it's not that important. Again, in the sideboard against those matchups, fantastic, because you want to stall them from casting all of those things. So then you sub in the Thalias, you bring in the Reidanes, you know, all the tax effects. But I'm trying to do something a little bit different here in best of 1, and so the play line, which I really, really enjoy, is, you know, turn 1, Hotshot Mechanic, turn 2, Bankbuster, turn 3, you play pretty much anything in the deck, will crew the Bankbuster, and you can swing in, you know, for 4 on turn 3 with mono white aggro. It's decent. And not only that, we get a little bit of card draw, something that mono white just does not have at all in the current, you know, iteration. So we got a little bit of card draw, a little bit of ramp. Fantastic. I've actually not seen anybody running the Bankbuster in their mono white aggro deck, and I'd like to, by the end of tonight's video, change your minds. I think it's a valuable new addition. Then we've got a couple of copies of March of Otherworldly Light, which has taken the place of Portable Hole. I just, you know, it kind of does the same thing in the sense that it exiles, but this is just so much more versatile, right? I mean, you can scale it and get rid of pretty much anything depending on how much X you have. And of course, it's a mono white deck, so we're always going to have white cards to exile from our hands to reduce that casting cost. Fantastic new card. So I've gone with a couple copies. Might need to bring that up to 3. We'll see how it goes. My reasoning is it doesn't hit Planeswalkers, so I did a 2-and-2 split with Fateful Absence in case we come across some pesky Planeswalkers. The rest of the deck is pretty much the same. There's only just one AO at the top end, which I also think is just amazing in the deck because it's doing kind of exactly everything that you want mono white to do. Well, first of all, it's just a 5/4 flyer with Vigilance, which is a fantastic threat. But then when it dies, you can either restock your board by looking at the top, how many is it? 7 cards of your library, and then you can pick, you know, any number of cards with total mana value 4 or less from among them and put them onto the battlefield. So you could do, like, you know, a 3-drop and a 1-drop, or 2 2-drops, or, you know, any configuration of that. And that's great with white that, you know, struggles with card draw and card advantage. Usually they get hit by a sweeper, it's game over. With AO in play, that becomes a little bit better. And if it's not a sweeper, but they just target remove your AO because, you know, that you keep attacking for 5 every turn and still have a blocker up because of the vigilance, then, you know, the opponent might be highly incentivized if they don't have a sweeper to just target removal AO. Well, that's also fantastic because it puts 2 +1/+1 counters on each permanent you control that's a creature or a vehicle. So don't forget, your Bankbuster also gets the +2/+2. So, pretty fantastic. I might even like see a glimmer of a new mono white emerging, one that isn't specifically just aggro the way it has been for a good long time now, but maybe morphing into something a little bit more mid-rangey with AO at the top end. So stay tuned for that. And then a couple copies of the Wandering Emperor, which is of course fantastic, and a couple and I've gone, don't be afraid to play like 3 copies of Eiganjo, because it's effectively just another removal spell in the deck. And the deck functions really well on like 3 lands most of the time, so it's okay if you have like 2 of them in hand, just play 1, keep the other one as a spell. You know, the ability to do 4 damage to target attacking or blocking creature is pretty good, and it's uncounterable. And of course it will cost 1 less if you have legendary, is it creatures? Only legendary creatures. So I mean, we only really have AO in here, so it's mostly going to just cost us 3. Then I've got 2 caves, some basics. And that's the deck. Everything else, I don't think I really need to go over again. We've seen all these cards so many times before. Yeah, so let's jump into some games and see how the deck performs. Ranked, mono white, boom. Mono white Bankbuster. It's essentially a 4-drop on turn 2 in mono white. You know, you can attack on turn 3 straight away with a 4-drop in mono white. Usually you don't have such big bodies, you know, that quickly by turn 3. So I think it's a cool new addition. It's obviously a fantastic opening hand. A couple of Pyrantos, Spellbinder. Yeah, that's enough lands, thank you. Now we just want threats. Threats. Mono black. Of course. The one time I'm not playing the version with Thalia and Reidane and stuff, we're going to be running into Meatook Massacres, like, straight away. At least we've still got the Spellbinder. I can't win this game. It's already over. I can tell already. Like, it's kind of just useless, but whatever. We can. It's worth a try. Maybe we can do the aggro plan. We've got an adversary. Or do we go for Adeline? I think we go the Adeline next turn. Might have some removal there. Can't activate the hive yet. Okay, if he doesn't get a land, we win. If he gets a land, we lose. I mean, okay, he'll probably just play Lolth. Or maybe he'll go for the Invoke Despair. I doubt it, though. I'd rather go for the Lolth if I were you, buddy. Then we just bust out the adversary and probably just win the game outright, so... Managing to beat Mono Black. I guess we just got a little lucky. We managed to pick off the Massacre there with the Spellbinder. See, now, if this was best of 3, I'd know exactly what to do. I know exactly what I would be doing. Okay, so it goes with the Lolth. I think we just go face.
You reek with terror. We will slay our enemies.
I always love doing that with the new one that arrives, because then he's like, ooh, what do I block? You're going to lose that Lolth regardless.
I am merely delayed, not defeated.
Nah, Blood on the Snow is the only thing that will win the game. And he doesn't have the mana for it, potentially, so... He goes for a... Yeah, there we go. Off you go, my friend. Whew. Okay, that was probably the worst matchup we could have run into tonight, so I'm hoping to kind of like have it out of the way on game one, and now we can have some fun playing non-control decks. I hope it doesn't end up being another one of those days like a couple days back when I had to then make my own mono black deck to actually get a single freaking win. That day was wow, 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 wow. You guys want to see a really salty brewmaster? Go look at the mono black deck from 2 days ago. That was a bad day. Ricky Bobby. Okay, we got the Bankbuster. We got AO. AO is in the hizzo. We go straight away for the Bankbuster, I think. Because we might then top deck something like an Intrepid Adversary that can crew it straight away. Okay, never mind. Not yet. Maybe, we still got a chance. Intrepid Adversary on turn 3 that can crew the Bankbuster straight away is epic. We can do it anyway with these two. I wonder what he's foretold there. It's probably a sword coming or something, or maybe a demon bolt. Is it, huh? Man, control deck again. We can leave the Bankbuster behind to draw some cards. Come on, one more land. I want to play AO kind of really badly. Now we're like well outside of Cinderclasm range, which makes me... Oh, I should have drawn a card. What was I doing? What was I doing? That was so dumb. Okay. Hold the multiverse. 2 bottom, 2 top, huh? Cannot believe I did not draw a card with the Bankbuster there. That was a huge misplay. Got him! It's too quick sometimes, you know? I mean, I know you know. You guys probably been facing mono white like 5 times a day on the ladder, at least. But it's been pewtering off a little bit. Naya Aggro is just, in my opinion, the better deck, period. Like, I still think it's the best deck in best of 1 right now. Like, I don't care what anyone says. I play it regularly. It's just so broken. Alana and Elena and the... Luminarch Aspirant and all the usual mono white bullshit, but then with Alana and Helena and Sagada, it's just really strong. And the numbers back it up. You can go and have a look on. There we go. We've got the play. You can go and have a look on. What am I thinking? Untapped.gg. Oop. Mono red aggro, or is it the new... Oh, okay, no. This is, again, mono white shell, the exact same shell as always, but just splashing red for Rabbit Battery, and Kumano faces Kakazan. Badoosh. Bet you weren't expecting that one, huh? Okay, so he's one turn away from his showdown. He'll probably just double equip Thalia. Okay, no. Swing in for 8 on turn 4. Sorry. 9. I forgot. The adversary also buffs the Reckoner. Okay. Not the best thing ever, but what can you do? Probably go with the showdown now. Next, my adversary. Yep. It's down to 3. Yeah, now we got you, dude. Honestly, like, this is a new deck that's appeared of late. CGB already did a video. It's showing up on all the, you know, data aggregating websites. It's getting about 54% win rate, whereas, like, Naya and the other, like, white splash something decks, or just the pure mono white like I'm running, like sitting on around like sometimes upwards of 57-60% win rate. So it's just not as good. Everyone's kind of, it's the new craze and they're jumping on it. I tried to make a video of it that night of the mono black deck that I was just talking about, and I just kept getting destroyed. Like, it's a decent splash. You get the little rabbit batteries, so you can give your white creatures haste when they come into play. Like your Adeline getting haste straight away is pretty phenomenal, but I don't know. Naya is just better, and probably mono white by itself is better as well. It's just my opinion. Okay, so now I'm just hoping to top deck a Bankbuster, really. It's the first time we've had a Hotshot mech in hand in the whole freaking game. Looks like a mirror. Or it might be Naya. Ah. It is a mirror. I think we just Fateful Absence. In the mirror, you just have to apply pressure. Unfortunately, it's going to be a Spellbinder because he's on the play. Okay. That's terrible. My poor Hotshot. It's not looking good. I'm starting to think I might, I don't know, I've gone for this 2 and 2 split. 2 Skyclaves, 2 Brutal Cathars. Here comes the Cathar. Oh, man. Traditional mono white showing me a lesson, huh? Like this is just, you know, still probably the most busted deck in the format after Naya. You guys can see this, yeah? Yeah, it is. Oh my goodness, it's showing up on my... What's this little square thing in the corner here? Oh. Nice. It's the only play I could have done, really. Trade. I'm just playing real rough and loose. Like, I know this one's over. Good game. On to the next one. We really got to showcase the, like, my reasoning for adding the Bankbuster in the game before this one. That was really, really doing its thing there. Pardon me. I want to make some quick edits. Next match, I think, I don't know, maybe the 2 and 2 split, Cathar and Skyclave Apparition makes it a little bit less consistent. The Shackler. I wonder what this square here in the corner is. Some glitching. Another mirror, huh? It might be Naya, though. So far, it's looking just like a mirror, but the traditional version. I was so sure he would go for the Bankbuster. What? That's amazing. That makes me way happier. We can play AO next turn. Woohoo! Oh, God, I hate this card so much. Okay, we need to put in a few more in case we come up against the mirror again. At least he can't take AO with anything except Brutal Cathar, which I'm like, watch. Ready to bet. How much do you want to bet? Okay. I was worried there for a moment. Sorry, you can't attack yet, can you? Perfection. That's a juicy AO. Maybe he's got, you know, some removal, and then we can just look at the top 7 cards of our library and put 4 of them onto the battlefield potentially. You know, mana value 4 greater. Double Aspirant. Maybe we should sort of let AO go. No. Second Buster. And this, again, really showing why I decided to run it. Get to draw cards. Heh. Another Buster. Oh, he'll probably just go full send next turn and try and kill us in one go, because he knows it's game over. Although, like, something like Brutal Cathar could still seriously put a... He doesn't have the mana for it now, so yeah, we win. Aha! Onto the battlefield. Okay. So, 4. Let's go Adeline, Hotshot Mechanic. Perfect. On to the next one, baby. So far, performing very, very well, but I mean, it's to be expected. The mono white shell is so grotesquely good. Again there, though, re-illustrating my point quite well. So now it's time to make a call. It's like, because I mean, I haven't seen either of these cards in all of those matches we've just played, and I haven't even seen a single Wandering Emperor. So I'm thinking I might trim maybe one adversary. Or yeah, maybe we can just trim one Buster. Put in and get rid of the Skyclaves and go boom, boom, and boom. Slight adjustment, BrewLab style, as usual. Those modifications will be reflected in the deck that you can find in the video description down below for you guys to copy and enjoy, as well as on my Etherhub and my Untapped.gg profiles. How are we doing for time? I still want to do that sideboard guide for best of 3. Nice. Very nice. I'll keep that. Okay, Dimir player detected. Haven't seen anyone play Port of Carfel in a long time. That activation cost is just a little bit too much, isn't it? Okay, so... Luckily I don't have to think about Jawari. There's no 3 drops here. I mean, no 2 drops. There's just spells, and more spells ending up with a, you'll take the Spellbinder, I think. Ending up with a Hullbreaker Horror, or is it more of the, you know, something like Sedgemoor Witch? Oh! I would have taken the Spellbinder, mate. I'm gonna have a look at your hand right now. And that's probably not a very good thing for a control deck, is it? That was a weird choice. Might have a Fading Hope. Something. Geist Wave. Okay. Definitely not your typical Dimir deck. Happy to have taken that Massacre out of his hand. I honestly do not understand why he did that. Adeline's scary, but not that scary. You could have dealt with her with the Massacre. Now you need to wait a long time before this makes any sense. Well, I mean, you could do it next turn, actually. I kind of would really like an Intrepid Adversary. Otherwise, one more land gets rid of one toughness creatures. Oh, what an ass hat. And he's got the Geist Wave. Why just lands, deck? Why just lands, huh? It's not looking good. We need Bankbuster. We need to draw some cards. Here comes the Massacre. Most annoying card to have come out in the last 2 years. Maybe after Alrund's Epiphany, huh? Now that we've put the Cathars in, we don't need them. This is probably Hullbreaker Horror. I have a sneaking suspicion, because he's got... It's the type of thing that people have been, like, trying to play to replace Divide by Zero.
I'm not overconfident. You're just
Trying to pull that bounce spell from his hand. Because he wants to use this for his Hullbreaker. I'm even somehow sensing a leer somewhere in here. You really can tell when the deck just doesn't want you to win. You don't need this many lands. Thank you very much. You don't have any creatures. No, that was a bit silly. Third copy of Check for Traps. There's a Buster. How you doing, mate? At least we get to draw a card, eh? We'll probably bounce this one now. No? You still don't think it's worth doing? You're gonna go down to 3 if you don't.
We've got the edge in this fight.
Come on. I know you want to. Okay. Fine. Fine. Wow. He was probably going, oh, top deck, top deck, top deck. You got a land, and that makes me very happy.
Guards, to me.
And we win. Well, I mean, yeah, he has to bounce, right? I think we can still win. Nah. Let's see. Yeah. He can bounce my token. Or he might bounce the Bankbuster. Okay. Cool. I'll just replay it and draw a card. That's absolutely fantastic. Honestly, I think it fits the deck fan-freaking-tastically. There might be an argument like to not run the Hotshot Mechanic, because there's so many other things that can crew it. Oh, that's everything. What a lucky top deck. Let's see what we get. Something to crew the Buster. Anything that can crew the Buster. That'll actually do it. But it comes into play tapped. But we've also got the mech. Good game. It's over, buddy. And that's the way the cookie crumbles. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be it as far as gameplay footage. I would like to just jump back into the deck and make a little sideboard for you best of 3 gamers out there. And if this is something that you would like me to continue to do from this point onwards, please let me know in the comments down below with some positive feedback, because I do play the odd best of 3 match when I'm off camera. It is, I actually really enjoy it. Especially because you can do this type of thing that I'm about to do now. Like, it really makes the deck just so much more versatile. So I would say, I would put in here. Where is it? Oh, okay. Here it is. Portable Hull. 1 Paladino. Sneaky one of Paladino, a la Crokies. Then I would definitely consider an additional copy of AO. Then, oh my goodness, I'm drawing a blank. What's the name of the card? Ooh. Thalia. Oh, pardon me. Like 3 Thalias, at least. 3 Thalias. Yeah, the Archons, of course. Sorry, how could I be so silly? Archon of Emeria. 3 of. Reidane. 2 of. And, maybe some Valorous Stance. I have a great idea. Invoke Justice. I think we can... Okay, screw the Paladin Class. Invoke Justice, 2 of, I think... actually... yeah. There we go. So... why am I doing this? Okay, there's different matches. There's some removal heavy control decks. You want to have either ways of stalling them. So against like mono black, Orzhov, you know, maybe Is It that has like burn down the house, that kind of stuff. You bring in the Thalias, you get rid of the Bankbusters. You maybe take out the Brutal Cathars because they have no creatures that you need to remove, and you bring in the Reidanes and the Archons, and you know, maybe get rid of the Wandering Emperor and bring in Invoke Justice to like keep reanimating your board. Sneaky one of more AO, like try to morph the deck into something a little bit more mid-rangey, probably great against your enchantments decks, Selesnya and Naya runes, you name it, as well as Archon of Emeria. Also Valorous Stance is great. I mean, I don't want to explain the whole thing because the video will go too long, but I think with a sideboard like this and playing in best of 3, this deck becomes not unbeatable, but virtually. You have just so many tools to deal with so many different matchups, especially the top decks in the meta. So that's my list. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay footage. I hope you agree with me that Bankbuster is a fantastic addition to the deck. And yeah, I don't know if I prefer the initial version with 1 Emperor, 4 Busters. You know, 1 less Emperor, 4 Busters. Let me know your thoughts, but I'll leave it at that for now. So that's going to be it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you all tomorrow for some fresh brews. And until then, this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab, signing out. Peace, y'all.